So welcome today. I'm with Matthew Phillip, Executive Director of Hill Carnivals, and Bhaskar Sitholey, Senior Vice President, Creative Services at Prime Focus Technologies. Great to have you both with us today. Matthew, if I can come to you first, how was the digital experience for the first time and kind of the change in tradition?
We've found it really good actually. It was an enjoyable. It was a big learning curve for us. But before we even entered into this, we always, thought that we should be recording more and broadcasting more of the carnival. And obviously, the pandemic meant that we couldn't come on the streets this year. So it was a good opportunity to embrace it. But it's always something that we thought we should be doing. And even when going into it, we were determined that anything that we were doing should be things that could also sit alongside the real event. So not just a throwaway one-off because we couldn't be on the streets. We definitely think that it can everything that we've done, all the partnerships we've got this year and how we produced it could sit alongside the real life event when it comes back to the streets. So it was amazing.
Yeah, excellent news. Means it opens that up to many more people. So that's great news.
Yeah.
So what was the highlight for the carnival this year?
I wouldn't say there was a particular highlight. It's just the fact that we were able to showcase all of the elements of carnival, not just from a performance and entertainment point of view, but also giving people the opportunity to meet the people behind carnival and hear them through interviews, etc. So they could get more of an understanding of carnival, and since the weekend the response has been amazing. We've had people reaching out to us from various carnivals around the world, and their view is, which is very good from our point of view, that we've kind of set the standard and the way forward for how carnivals and other large-scale events can operate during these times.
Excellent. So why choose Prime Focus then?
We were introduced to Prime Focus by one of our partners. In fact, our main partner is a new experience platform called Let's Go Do. And Anshul Doshi, who's part of that company, he introduced us to Prime Focus and said that that they'd be a really good organisation to help us deliver the mammoth task that we were entering into.
Yeah, so talking about that mammoth task then, was it scary to trust a workflow that spanned continents, especially when the deliveries were critically time bound? How was that experience?
From my point of view, it was fine. Some of the directors were very nervous about not being able to sit in rooms with editors, etc. But I think they had so much to do anyway. They wouldn't have really had time to sit down and do that anyway. So I think it was probably a good thing that they weren't able to be distracted by getting involved in that, if I'm honest. And the guys at Prime Focus, I mean, they did an amazing job, given that they didn't really have any experience or knowledge of Notting Hill Carnival prior. They really helped us to represent Carnival in a positive, professional way.
Excellent news. Sounds really exciting. So Bhaskar, how difficult or easy was it for you to support the Notting Hill Carnival 2020 remotely?
It wasn't very difficult, Lisa. In fact, just COVID had sort of hit India and the world, and the world was going into a lockdown around March, and that is when we really started working on our remote workflows. So we were quite well primed to support the NHC when the work came around, and I think we were able to do a good job very quickly, coordinate between various teams and start delivering.
Excellent. So who are the other customers you're working with in the UK, and what upcoming projects have we got to look forward to?
So we service Channel 4 in the UK. So we are managing their media processing and central content operations using Clear, which is a proprietary ERP platform. There's another customer that we service out of the UK, which is Inside TV. They're a Dutch company. And our relationship with them is far more holistic. So Clear, our ERP platform, is at the heart of of their operations, and it helps them acquire, prepare, and manage their content. And in addition to that, we also do a lot of creative services work for them. Beyond that, we also have something that is coming up at this point in time. We just finished a 2-part series for National Geographic called India from Above. I believe it's slated to air in the UK very soon. It premiered in the United States last month, and we expect it to be airing in about 100+ countries in about 43 languages. It looks at India from multiple perspectives and shows off the country in all its glory, but from an aerial perspective. So it's an interesting story. I do hope you get to see it and enjoy it.
Have you used any equipment, technology, processes for the first time?
Well, embracing remote workflows and operations, has always been considered difficult for the creative space, And as a company, we'd been experimenting with remote workflows way before COVID hit. So when it did, we went from testing phase to live phase in a span of a week. And I think we had about 70% of our company back on our feet, literally by the end of the first 10 days. And we were delivering to customers globally. So that was exciting. It was a little scary, to be honest, but exciting. And I'm happy that it worked out. So when Matthew's work came about our way, we were 100% prepared and were able to deliver. The other thing I think that we are also very excited about is Prime Focus Technologies is a company that's at the cusp of technology and creative. So we get to tinker with a lot of technology really early on in its development phase, and we work really closely with the tech teams as they go to fruition. So we're very excited about our AI technology that's revolutionizing the way content operations will work and are working, and also even how storytelling is going to be crafted. So that's super exciting.
Exciting times ahead. So I'll hand over to you, Bhaskar, to ask the last question to Matthew.
So Matthew, you talked about your experience of working with PFT on this carnival. I'd love to know whether you would be recommending us to your friends and colleagues.
I already have, actually. I was speaking to the government of Trinidad a couple of days ago, who are currently preparing for what they're doing next year, and I've already made a recommendation. So that goes without saying. It was a really, for me, we're not from the kind of television and film industry, so sometimes when as an organisation or business you go into something, you're, I don't know, it's kind of awkward sometimes when people, you don't understand the terminologies of, of how to say things, but it was, your guys really made it easy, and, didn't mind kind of breaking down things to us and explaining things, because, I'm sure it was a bit of a shock to them, such a massive project with an organisation that is not from the television and film. Our experience is creating real life events on the streets, in a live perspective. So the whole recording and filming process was new to us. So it was, I found it amazing. At no time did they make us feel like, oh, we didn't know what we were talking about, or, it was just explained. And when it came to things where something wasn't possible, it wasn't, oh no, we can't do that. It was, we can do this, rather than, oh, that's not possible. So, that was really good, I think.